my name is Joycelyn Stewart. I am the educational specialist at Oval, and I have been licensed for 18 years as a stylist and 12 years as an educator. And what brings so much happiness to me is when I'm able to pour into my students and even the staff, the instructors, on what I know. Also to be able to help them get where they need to be and encourage them daily. And so yes, that's why I love education. That's all right. So now we're gonna get into our hair sculpting. And like I said earlier, we're going to do the increased layer. I have already sectioned my hair into 4 sections, and I've already dropped down my guide, a subsection for my guide. So when you're getting ready to start this guide or whatnot, you want to make sure that the hair is detangled, and you also have to keep in mind that it's right at the nose, right? And so we got to make sure that we're not holding too much tension, because if we cut it right here at the chin, if we're holding tension, it's going to pop up. Okay, so we got to give it some grace, and we got to make sure that we're not holding too much tension. And if you want to kind of pop it at the top so it won't pull so much, and we're going to sculpt. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it all the way up, okay? And I'm going to find my guide. Now you see this subsection is wide, right? And so I'm going to take some down so that I can manage it well. Okay, so I found my guide and I am going to sculpt it. Remember, I don't want to go past my knuckles, so it's okay if I need to regroup. Okay. Straight up from the parting. We don't want to keep notching at it. We want a big open and close, okay? So now I have my guide. I'm going to take my subsection and standing on the opposite side, I'm working on my right side, and I'm standing on my opposite side. Now, if she's a little too high for you, you can adjust her up and down, okay? So I am going to comb the hair in the direction that I'm going to part, taking an inch subsection, and I'm going to bring her straight up and find my guide. Now it's okay if I drop that, if I want to work in small sections. Okay. I'm going to continue to take 1 inch subsection all the way down, okay? Now, if you come down to the bottom close to the ear and the hair doesn't meet your guide, just let it go. Don't try to recreate a guide. Don't try to bring this down so it can meet the hair so you can cut something. Just let it go and let it flow, okay? All right, so I finished my right side. Now I'm going to my left side, standing on my right side. Now remember, we're going to take 1 inch subsection and we're going to bring our subsection to our guide, because we have a stationary guide, and we're going to project the hair straight up from the parting, okay? So let's begin. Remember, we want to make sure that our hair staying saturated throughout the haircut. Why? Why we want to make sure that it stays saturated? Because if I'm sculpting or cutting the hair, one side is fully saturated, the other side is dry, you don't have the correct length. So you know when hair dry, it kind of shrinks sometimes depending on the texture of the hair, and so you have an uneven haircut because you're not cutting in the same state. Okay, so we want to make sure that we cut the hair in the same state, and what we're doing, we're cutting it wet. Okay, so let's get started with our left side. Okay, I'm standing on the opposite side. I'm subsection at a 1 inch, and I'm projecting my hair straight up from the parting. Okay. All right, now that we're done with the front, let me show you how to cross check it. All right. And so we're gonna go the opposite direction, and if you hold it up, you will see a little angle. Let's see if you can see it. You see a little angle on the hair. Okay. And even when you comb the hair down, you'll see the layers, the face framing layers that you will see once you sculpt the hair. I'm just gonna do my subsection at least a ½ inch going across, making sure that I have clean partings, and also making sure that I have everything combed out evenly, okay? Making sure that I hold a nice tension onto my hair before I sculpt it, and I'm looking for my guide, okay? Making sure I see my guide, making sure that I don't go past my knuckle, okay? And so I'll complete this whole section on the left and the right side. All right, so now we're gonna go to the color portion of this segment, and I am using Shinefinity. All right, so Shinefinity is a glaze, nice glaze. If you have someone that has a lot of brassiness in their hair or in their blondes and they want to get it out, you can use Shinefinity. If you want to tone someone or soften the lightener in the hair, you can use that, or even if you want to go darker, okay? And so we want to go darker with her. Shinefinity will go 3 shades darker. So we're going to use stroke 0465, okay? And so the 0 in the front is indication that it's 0 lift, it's only deposit, it's 0 damaging. It acts as if you get a result as a demi-permanent color, but it's not. You can use it on wet hair, previous shampooed hair, and it's wet, you know, towel dried, or you can use it on dry hair. So after you shampoo the hair, you blow dry it and put it on dry hair. You get your most depth from the color when you applying it on dry hair. So we're gonna apply it on dry hair. Again, we're gonna go a little darker, and we're gonna use the application bottle. So we have, Shinefinity has 2 different activators, okay? You have one that's for brush and bowl, and then you have one for the bottle, okay? And we're gonna use the bottle application, and we're gonna get started with it, okay? Let's go. So before I start the color, I'm gonna put some service around the perimeter of the hair, to the hairline, to protect from any stains on from the color. I'm also gonna put it on the top of the ears as well, because those tend to get color on the top of the ear, so that we can protect our client's skin. Whenever you're doing any type of hair color or chemical service, you do want to protect your hand from the service, the chemical service, so you do want to wear gloves. Again, we're going to use the applicator bottle, and this nozzle here helps you part through the hair so you can make your subsection. I'm going to start diagonally in my little corner of my right quadrant in my subsection, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my nozzle to help me part the hair. So let me bring her down a little bit so you can see it. So I am going to use my nozzle to part the hair, as you see, and I'm going to apply it. I'm going to use the nozzle to spread it down, okay? And I'm just going to use my hand to also help me saturate it. And I'm just going to bring it back. Same thing, use my nozzle. Okay. Applying it, making sure that all my subsection is being fully saturated. And again, this color leaves your hair very light and shiny. It has some shimmer in here. I don't know if you can see it up close, but I use this product myself, and I really love how this product feels on my hair. I love the fact that I can try different colors in this line and don't have to have a long-term commitment. It doesn't leave a residue or anything on it. It just fades gracefully. So we're doing the same thing in the back as well. Okay, using my nozzle, help me part and spread the color, okay? Don't be afraid to get your hands in it and spread it. Look at the beautiful color. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a mahogany color. It did get her about 3 shades darker. I went and let her process for 20 minutes. I used Shinefinity 0-465. The 0 indicating that it is 0 lift, 0 damaging. The Shinefinity has no long-term commitment, so as time goes, as she shampoo her hair, it will slowly fade away. It won't leave a ugly residue when it starts fading. Also, this Shinefinity is good for virgin hair if they just want to try something in tone or go darker. It's also good to kick out the brass out of your blondes. Also, if we have someone that has a blonde that's too blonde and they want to soften the blonde, Shinefinity has colors to tone it down and make it soft. Again, Shinefinity has neutral colors. Shinefinity has warm, cool, and boosters, okay? I personally like Shinefinity. I've used the product before. I love how it smells. And I think you should get into it and try it. So we're getting ready to blow dry her, but before I blow dry her, I want to add some volume in her hair. So I'm going to use some Body Crafter, and this have a flexibility volume hold. It's a level 2 hold, and all I need to do is just spread over the mannequin's hair evenly and disperse it, and this helps with the volume in the hair, okay? So I'm just going to disperse it evenly over the hair. Okay, and then I'm going to blow dry my mannequin and get into the style, okay? In the back, I like to start in the middle. I know it's a small area, but I like to do bricklayer area partings. And so I start in the middle in the back, and then I just work my way in bricklayer my way up. And this is so that we won't have a definite defined line just going straight down the middle of the head, or all the lines are matching up. So all right, so I have most of it pinned up, but I decided in the front area I don't want to pin it up because I don't want it to be too bulky and too big. So I kind of stretched out my curls down here. I didn't do on base up here. I kind of did an off base curl and laid it flat. I didn't pin it because I don't want it to be too much volume up in the front area. Okay, so we are done pulling the curls out. You still see the shine in her hair and everything. The color is even. So let's regroup and talk about what we did today. So today we did an increased layer on our mannequin. We brought everything to our guide using a projection of a 90-degree stationary guide. We also, in the back, we over direct our increased layer because we wanted to preserve the length in the back. And then after that, we applied Shinefinity 0-4-65. Now, Shinefinity is a glaze that you're gonna put on top of your hair. Now, she hasn't had any color, so she's a natural virgin hair. So what the 0-4-65 did was darken her hair tone 3 levels. If she was blonde and wanted to tone it down, she could have, or if she wanted to take the brassy out, with Shinefinity she can without a long-term commitment. Shinefinity you can also use in between your blonding services so that you can bring it back to life and add that shine to it as well. Shinefinity has different types of color. We have the neutrals, we have the warm, we have the cool, and we also have the boosters. Shinefinity adds shine to your hair, as you can see. A very good product without damaging your hair. And so if you want to try something before you do that commitment, you can use it without damaging your hair. It doesn't lift, it only deposits. Now, with Shinefinity, you can only use the activator that comes in. And then we blow dried her hair using the Body Crafter. And so before I blow dried her, I used the Body Crafter to encourage and build volume in the hair. And so that's why, you know, this is a mannequin. Mannequin hairs don't usually keep volume, and so the body crafter helped add volume to the mannequin's head. I finished her off with a firm hold that has a hold of a level 3. It doesn't make your hair hard, so it holds your hair in place, but it's still bouncy and shaky. And then I also use the Glam Mist, which protects your hair from humidity, and it also protect your hair from the UV ray. So thank you all for watching my video. Thank you for taking the time out to allow me to do this video.